Why did you personally choose to do missions?
To be completely honest, at first I didn't. So before my DTS, I was a chaplain in an all-males dorm for a Christian school. And the Lord really spoke to me a lot about discipleship at that time, and I became very passionate about teaching others about the word and helping young dudes grow up with truth. And so really hated college, was not a big fan at all. One night I Googled the words discipleship training school with every intention of looking for something that was going to be just discipleship. YWAM Louisville was the first link that popped up whenever I did that, and it has changed my life. But to be honest, it was not the initial plan at all. I wasn't passionate about missions. I was not passionate about the nations. I was more than happy to stay here, comfortable in the church, and just teach other guys. Since then, the Lord has absolutely given me a heart for the nations. I went for outreach. That's been insane. Every single day, I think about the people that I met and the friends that I made over there, and I pray for them all the time. It's been really cool to experience being a person who did not care about that at all, but then having Jesus give me a heart for that. And I feel like it's given me a new level of tenderness and compassion for different people, a new level of care.
Seeing the ways that when people hear the gospel and they apply it to their lives, seeing the transformation that comes from that place. I think of all of the different stories of being on outreach, people literally encountering Jesus, and then through that, everything changing for them. Literally seeing lives break down from them being impacted by the gospel, that it actually changes everything else around them. One reason that I really wanted to get into missions more was because I came and did a DTS, and through coming and doing a DTS, getting God's heart for me, getting God's heart for me is just seeing the value that God has, and seeing that people don't actually know that he's not just this distant God, or he's not just this far away God, but he's really close and personal, and he's kind to us.
Why did I choose to do missions? Well, it took a lot of convincing, let's just say. There's this one friend I had who went to YWAM before and was harping on me for about 3 months straight about it, and I was dead set on not doing it just because I grew up in missions. So I was like, well, I think my time as missions is done. Kept on talking about it, and then he finally got me to pray about it for about a month. You know, things happen when you start praying about it. Well, eventually it came to that point to where I felt like I needed to sacrifice something in my life because I'd not really done it before that. Ended up praying about it. I decided I'm just gonna go all in, and we're just gonna do it, and we're gonna get into missions. I'll apply for YWAM, got accepted, and now I don't see how this is the wrong choice at all.
I came to do the DTS because I was down here in June for the mission adventures, and I got to talk to Jacob, and he told me about DTS, and I talked to a couple people who had gone through it, and I went home and I prayed about it. I applied and got accepted. I almost didn't come to the missions adventures, and then I wouldn't have heard about it. My youth pastor kind of pushed me last second to come, so that helped a lot.
Funny enough, I hated the idea of missions. I thought that missions was literally only for the top dogs at a church. And also too with what I wanted to do in life, I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to pursue music. I actually genuinely thought that I didn't have a place in the world called missions. Over the course of however many years it's been, I've just seen the ways in which when I didn't have a relationship with the Lord, the people that pursued me and loved me through the hard things that I was dealing with growing up, I realized the effect that it had on me when I did start to have a relationship with the Lord. Beyond that, the ways in which the Lord pursued me in so many different areas. You know, when I was at my lowest, and even when I was actually walking with the Lord, I realized for myself that I want to be that person for other people. Also too, falling in love with the Bible, falling in love with the gospel, man, the impact that it's had on my life and the ways that it's changed the way that I do things, wanting to go to the nations and showing people that there is hope and there is joy in their life, and it's Jesus. And something that the Lord had spoken to me was I get to be a part of something that's bigger than myself. But yeah, missions for me is everything.